Hi everyone, and welcome to my review of the new indie horror film, It Follows. Now, I've heard about this movie for a few months now, ever since the AFI Film Festival, where I had some friends from We The Film that actually got a chance to see it, and the way they talked about it just amped up the excitement for today. I finally have found a theater that's actually playing in my area, so let's talk about it. What is the movie about? The movie is about a young girl who has a great group of friends. She's close to her sister, and she's got some good guy friends, some good girlfriends, and they live in Detroit, Michigan. At least that's where the movie was shot. I don't know if they ever acknowledge it as Detroit, but that's where the movie was shot. I don't know what time period this movie is set in, but I didn't notice any cell phones, even though one of the characters has like this little clamshell that she opens up and reads from time to time, look like a little Kindle. But I don't know, there was not a cell phone that I saw in this film. Maybe I missed it. So I don't know what period of time this movie takes place in. It looks like it's taking place in the 80s. That's just, maybe. I could be wrong about that. But in this film, she meets a guy, the main character meets a guy, and she likes the guy. He takes her out on a few dates, even though he's acting a little neurotic. And then they get together, they sleep together, and that's where the plot thickens. Now, of course, we've seen these ideas before in movies like Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. So, yes, you could say not a lot of this is very original. But I think what the filmmakers do with this concept that we've seen a billion times before, we're going to see a billion times afterwards, it makes it look like we've never seen it before. I don't want to get in great detail, but what's following them is not something that everyone can see. It's not something that everyone can touch and feel. It's only what the person's gone through once they have slept with some certain person. So the only way to survive this is to pass it on to the next person. So this movie does a good job with its direction and its camera work to always making you, the audience member, at least me, always looking around. I was always constantly looking around. Again, as I talked about the cinematography, I will go in better detail about that. The movie is shot in widescreen, looks like 2.35 aspect ratio, and they really get you to look everywhere. Even though some of the shots are panned around a lot, there's a lot of slow moving shots that really gets you into this area and creates atmosphere. Sometimes when I see a horror film and it's not scaring me, I always hope that it creates atmosphere. Give us a very creepy and shocking vibe. Even though maybe what we're seeing is maybe not creepy and shocking, we just get invested into what's going on. And the way the movie looks is another character in this film. I also want to mention the music in this movie had a great John Carpenter vibe to it. Looks like a lot of sympathizers. I don't know, keyboards and electronics that made me feel like this film really looked up to the horror films of the past 50 years. At times, I felt like I was watching a movie that Hitchcock would have made. And other times I would have felt like a movie that Stanley Kubrick would have made. And then other times it feels like a film John Carpenter would have made. So as I was watching this, it may not be the most perfect of horror films. It may not be as scary as I hoped it would be. But it just feels like the filmmakers understand the horror genre and have a love for what the past has brought us. To me, this feels like a love letter to the films of Stanley Kubrick, John Carpenter, and Alfred Hitchcock. That's what it feels like to me. It looks like it not only pays homage to those films, but is in love with those films and what they meant to the audience. The movie just looks great. The acting is great by everyone involved. I do love that there's this creepy vibe that's happening throughout this entire film. We really start to care about the characters, and the great thing about it is there's people that I recognize. I may not know them by name. I've seen them in other films. One of the guys was in a movie. It was a movie called "It's Kind of a Funny Story" or something like that. It was about this kid that goes to this psych ward, and he's a great actor, a great young actor, can't remember his name. And then the star of the film is the same actress that was from The Guest, another movie that kind of pays homage to horror films from the past. You know, I feel like this movie is not a ripoff of those ideas. It feels like it's its own self and will be remembered in the future, 20 years from now, for how we remember films like Halloween and Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. This film reminds me that how we're feeling about those films now that are like 20, 30 years old. I think this film is going to go on. It has a limited release right now, so I hope people can search it out. Now, if you're a horror fan, you owe it to yourself to watch this movie, whether you like it or not. You owe yourself, because Hollywood nowadays, I mean, this is indie cinema, but Hollywood nowadays, you're going to get the same old crap. You know, Ouija or The Purge or Insidious. Now, I've enjoyed some of the Insidious, but I don't know where the hell these are going. But anyways, you just get the same old stuff each time. And it's nice that a movie like this, yeah, can borrow and maybe steal and films that we've seen in the past, but feel like it's its own thing. I like some of the ideas. I like how the movie ended. I'm not going to go in detail. It just, again, the movie just looks great. It has this really patient, weird vibe to it. I love there's scenes where, you know, the camera just pans over around, maybe all the way around a certain character or the environment that has been created. It's very, again, as I said before, the movie is very creepy. When, you know, you're looking at a character and you can feel that something is following them, and you're always looking around. And then when you see that entity or whatever it is that's following them, you know, goosebumps, you know, happen all around me, especially me. I'm talking about me. It's my review about the film. So, anyways, this is what I love about horror movies. This is what I enjoy about this genre. It's nice to see something that may not be the most original, but feel fresh and original with the many ideas that we've had from, you know, hundreds of years of cinema. So great horror film, highly recommended, even to the casual viewer. There's some nice funny moments in the movie, but there's always a feeling of we're seeing something that's important. You know, getting to know characters that are for that time period, for that period of time that we're watching them. They feel important. We care about them, and we want them to figure out a way how to stop everything following them. I don't know. Anyways, really enjoyed the film. May not be perfect, but I really, really enjoyed it, and I would highly recommend it. The film is called It Follows, and I am going to give the film 3.5 stars out of 4. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and share this video. And also, please check out these amazing movie websites. And if you enjoyed this review, please click here to subscribe to my channel, and also please check out all my recent reviews right here on YouTube. Have a great day, live film, find peace, happiness, and harmony in anything and everything you do, and I'll talk to you at my next movie review.